Summer's here, it's hot, and we're heading to Florida. What is one of your favorite candies when you were a kid? Florida man booked for 120 free flights, posing as a flight attendant? All this next on Cabin Pressure with Shawn and G.
Hey everyone, welcome. This is Cabin Pressure.
Ba, 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 ba. What's up, everybody?
All you had to add was like shamalama ding dong.
Shamalama lama ding dong. Hey, pretty lady. Hey, what's up, people?
What's going on?
Yeah, man, not much, man. We're just, gearing up all this stuff, man. We're doing the vacation to the Amelia Island with the nieces. It has been a crazy thing leading up to this. Like, my nieces almost every other day are like FaceTiming me.
Do you ever notice, like, when we get on and we do these shows that we always talk about you and vacation?
That's a good thing. This is a healthy.
We don't ever talk about you and work.
Well, at times there are sporadic moments that we can talk about.
I talk about Carol at work. Carol's at work. I see her all the time.
So here's the thing. So for all you out there in the land of cabin pressure world, okay, I just wanted to let you know that even though G says that I'm not working, I am working because there's other stuff that I'm doing. So right now I've got my business going here with a real estate photography. So I literally after we get done with this thing, I'm heading to an appointment to go to a real estate job.
I love getting shit.
Yeah. And so he's making it sound like just because I'm not flying, I'm not working. Believe me, I'm working because my wife, she wants a check every month.
I love making it sound like he's always on the golf course. He's out doing something. He's taking it easy. He's going on vacation.
That's a balancing act.
His ass is always doing something.
As our buddy Rob at work, he's like, I just want to come back in life. I want to be Shawn.
Which iron in the fire are you firing up at this week? That's the question, man. It's always something. You're always doing some kind of shit.
Yeah, man. But I'm working in different aspects because, my one thing is that and I don't know, how do you feel about this? Like we've been doing this 30 some years. Okay. And this is a super easy job to get burnt. You get burnt out. Like it's like it gets monotonous. Like we know how to do this. Like we can do this in our sleep. We know, like we're on the plane so much that it feels like our home. Like I can close my eyes and I know where everything on the plane is. That would be a cool test for flight attendants. Like if you're a real flight attendant, do you know how to locate things with a blindfold? Like we've been there. Like that's our homes. Like, but there's a burnout to me. Like I need more like mental stimulation. Like, so that's why I'm always getting into things. I'm going to school. I'm doing other jobs. I got my entrepreneurial things going on. And so for me, this job, like at one point can be very monotonous.
Right.
I mean, even though we're experienced,
I get it. Yeah.
There's people, and it's people who are fun to deal with on a daily basis and all that stuff. But at the same time, there's no mental stimulation to the job a lot of times, right?
My reference, our job a lot of times, Groundhog's Day. Bill Murray.
Yeah. I mean, that is a perfect description of our job.
I come here and I do the same thing over and over and over again. The only thing is that inside your head, sometimes you think, okay, when this person comes up and punches him in the face. Right? Groundhog's Day. You guys ever seen Groundhog's Day? He realizes that he's going through the day and then he just changes shit up.
That would be a good movie. Like do the Groundhog's Day on an airline as a flight attendant.
That's it.
And all this stuff that just like you're saying, like we're, us every day, here comes this passenger.
Dump hot coffee in his lap.
Yeah.
Right? Throw orange juice in your face.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, yeah.
Tell your kid that he's ugly.
Yeah. Throat punch somebody in the flight. You know?
It would be the perfect
Like
Groundhog Day.
it would be so funny to like.
But that's exactly what it is, because when we get on the plane, we do the same thing over and over and over again. And I've said this 1,000 times over. In our job, the play is always the same. The actors are different,
right?
Because that goes for the crew and it goes for the passengers, because we see different people and different crew members every day. But the play is actually the same, so it's just very repetitious. But if you ever want to see something, see Groundhog's Day. Imagine a flight attendant doing Groundhog's Day. That shit was funny.
That would be like, we got to like think about that a little bit more.
We'll have a movie, Shawn and G's on the airplanes, Groundhog Day.
Yeah, because that is some crazy stuff. That'd be funny.
I could imagine you throat punching somebody,
dude.
Okay, have a nice day.
Like I'd like to just bitch slap somebody. Like
that'd be part of the Groundhog Day.
Like, pow! You know those like slapping competitions you see online all the time. I'd love to just like boom, and then like somebody just gets knocked out in the seat.
That's like that funny one where those flight attendants are saying goodbye, and they're like, "Get out of here! Your wife is ugly. Your baby's ugly."
Yeah. What were you thinking this morning?
Exactly.
You coming on like that?
Yeah, exactly.
Bitch, what are you doing here in those slippers? Anyways, yeah. So, man, what was I talking about? We're getting ready to go to these amusement parks, and I am dreading this because I've already done this like summer retreat to the amusement parks down in Florida, and all my whole envision, like I'm just like having this waves of like I'm gonna be hot. I'm gonna like be so miserable.
But wait a minute, you're with the kids.
Yes.
Bullshit. Let me tell you, you're a goofball.
I know.
As soon as kids get around you, you're a goofball.
But anybody that knows me, when I get too hot, I get very irritable. And I'm going to have to contain myself on this vacation because I know
one of them damn little fans that missed your ass.
So we're going to get some of those fans off of Amazon, all that stuff, and hang them around our neck.
You're officially old guy.
Like every time we go to the parks, every time we buy like this, like, a whole collection of like, we've had the powered fans with the water bottle that's missed you on it. We've had those. We've had the things hanging around your necks.
You're going to have a big ass floppy hat with the big,
I need that. That's a good idea.
Exactly. I got one of those if you need one.
Yeah. Is it a sombrero?
No, it's a big floppy one. It's one of the ones for the baseball.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah,
it'll cover your neck, so you.
It folds down. Yeah. That's a good idea, man.
You're gonna look a little goofy, but you'll be covered. We're officially old, man.
That's where we're going. We're going to see Goofy.
Get the Hawaiian shirt now too.
Right. The big old flowers on there. Yeah.
If you know him, he'd do that shit too.
Hell yeah. Anyhow, man, that's what I got going on. What have you been doing?
Okay, going back to that storm that had come through, I had an issue with garage door opener. So I went in there. It was a power. I was having a power issue with it, and found out the power's fine. I think the outlet got blown. But then this is the one thing that I hated. I'm getting ready to change my garage door. So you have a double garage door.
Yeah, man.
Okay,
Be careful. Be careful.
Yeah, I know. I've already changed. I know the springs and everything. I've done all that.
You've done the springs?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm going to tell you right now, there's no way in hell in anybody's lifetime that I will touch a spring. Those things are the most dangerous thing in your house. I mean, like you have no business doing.
I did
redoing the tension on the.
All right, I've got tension rods for the springs.
Listen,
did them. You count the damn things.
Here's the one thing that people don't understand. And G doesn't either, that he's getting old, that we don't need to be doing some of this shit anymore and quit being so damn tight. Spend some of that damn money. You work your ass off. You can spend some money to keep yourself safe because honestly, dude, I'm serious about this. You've got to start thinking about, listen, I want to retire here soon. I'm going to have enjoy my life. I want to be in this stuff, but stop doing unsafe shit.
All right, get back to the damn garage
springs
door.
are bad.
The springs are bad, and I wouldn't suggest that anyone else other than me do it. So shut up. So anyway, I did that. That's not the part of it. It is that the garage door opener itself. So it had a half horsepower on that. Damn slow. You know, I've had that
A
on
half
there for,
horsepower. That is ridiculous.
yeah, on there. Yeah.
So that part, like, it's funny that you bring this up. It's like, that's like a builder thing. The builder puts on a half horsepower damn garage door opener on your thing. And it's the same way for your garbage disposal.
Yep.
They put you a half horsepower garbage, a quarter horsepower garbage disposal, barely can grind shit up. You can just, shit gets clogged and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Dude, I changed mine out like almost after I built my house and my garbage disposal. Dude, I got a horsepower and a half.
There's another, I'm going to go on with that in a minute too, because with the garbage disposal, when they run, we'll go back to the garage door opener in a second, but when they run that water line, you know, that from the garage door, from the garbage disposal to the dishwasher.
Right.
Okay. That shit is ran on the ground. Okay. At the very base of it. That's a big bullshit thing, because what happens is, have you ever opened your dishwasher and there's water in the base of that shit?
Yeah. When it's running.
But when it goes, have you ever had back feed of water come through there?
I have not.
Okay, so if you ever do, the reason is that when they run that line low, and it doesn't create a loop. So the garbage disposal fills up and the water goes in it, and when it overfills in it goes back in the dishwasher.
Oh yeah,
and all that shitty ass water goes in the dishwasher.
Yeah, if you don't have your shit plumbed right, it will definitely jack you up big time.
Right, and it's all in the building part when they install it. So if you come up like 10 inches and put that return drain through there about 10 inches high, it creates basically a loop in it, and it stops all that bullshit water coming back. The dumbasses don't do that either. I mean, we talk, you know, every once in a while we talk about builders and stuff, what they don't do in their houses, and you find out. And that was one of the things I was like, I couldn't figure out. Every time I opened the damn dishwasher, it stunk. Yeah. It was just this bad smell. And it was created by the damn garbage disposal, because the garbage disposal line was too low, raised it up, created a loop, stopped all that shit. And I don't have any problems with it since. No smell, no nothing. Now, going back to the stupid garage door opener. Now, the damn thing was too damn slow. That's the builder that put it in there. So I'm getting ready to put a 1.25 horsepower. This is like tool time Tim, right? I'm switching them. I'm putting more power in because I can't stand that garage door is so freaking slow.
Yeah. Yeah. You probably aren't the most patient person I know.
No.
For sure.
Especially waiting for a damn garage door opener and that stupid thing
But be careful. Be careful. I'm going to tell you right now. Like, I replaced mine. I did the same thing. I upgraded, had a new garage powerhouse up there. And that's not a huge complicated job to like do by yourself.
No.
But I got up on the ladder for mine, man. And this was like 10 years ago. And I'm like literally closing up. I had done everything. It's all hooked up. It's running. I got to I closed the light, case and all that stuff. And I'm stepping off my last step off the little step ladder that I'm using. And I trip. And I freaking tear my meniscus.
Oh my God.
Dude, like in a month later.
Now, why would you throw that shit to me? Now I'm getting ready to do that shit. And so you're like, hey, be careful with that last step because I tore my meniscus.
Here's my thing. Like, I thought, hey, I'm done, right? Boom, boom, boom. And I just like step back and boom. But I was using one of those little teeny small step top ladders. And the stupid thing that I did, which is I'm a stupid shit.
Right.
Okay.
You are.
No. Don't agree so quickly. Is that I had two ladders sitting right next to me in the garage that were like platform step ladders. Like they fold out and I actually have a platform to stand on.
Like I have.
And that's, just be careful, man.
The one that I will use.
Yeah.
And then when I put the garage door opener together, I'll put it on the ground and all I have to do is raise that damn thing up and hook it up.
There you go.
And I won't step off. And if I fuck up my meniscus because of you, I'm going to tell you something. I'm telling you what, man, I'm coming over your house.
It's easy. You need time off work anyways.
Whatever. Anyway, that's what I'm doing because that damn thing's too slow, and I'm gonna take that 1.5 horsepower. I'm gonna put it on the single because I never did. You just have the double. Did you have a double and a single ever before?
No, never.
Okay, because I had never put that like one on the single. I just lifted it up.
Right.
Should have put it on there years ago. But anyway.
Well, I mean, that's how mine was built. Like we had a garage door open on both of them. But
yeah, I'm going to just take the 0.5 horsepower one. I'm going to slide it over to the single I'm going to use. And I'm going to get some power, man. That damn thing's going to be fast.
Oh my god!
Not fast enough, but it'll be fast.
Okay, tool time.
Shit
10.
would just shoot right up, right? Double garage door, just like swoop right up.
Because it has to be fast.
Yeah, slam right down.
You're so crazy, man. But hey, I was thinking about something the other day, and I was like, you know how I have my sweet tooth. Like I love my candy. And I started thinking about like all this candy that's in the world because like if anybody's known me like any time in my whole entire career, like I've done so many jobs and everything, but I'm gonna tell you like I was a supervisor for the flight attendants at one point. In my office, I had a drawer of candy. Yeah. Candy's always been in my life. Like I love it, but the nostalgic candy. I was started thinking about it, all the like fun nostalgic candy, and there's and why I started thinking about it is because there's a store here in our hometown, and the place is called Sweets and Geeks. And have you been in there?
Yeah, I have. It's unfreaking believable. Love that place.
They took an old it used to be an Ace Hardware store, and it's double story Ace Hardware store, a huge warehouse, and this warehouse is full of nothing but candy and games. Right. I mean, it's like if you want to get your kid thing on, Sweets and Geeks is the place to go. But I mean, you can walk in there and just like reminisce about all this crazy candy. And one of my favorite ones, like growing up, like as a kid, was Fun Dip.
Well, that's you.
Fun Dip.
No, you are a Fun Dip.
Yeah, right.
That makes complete sense.
Dude, you are a Fun Dip. I love the Fun Dip. You open a little thing, you had like the sugar, like spatula thing, whatever, and then you dip it into each one and lick it off. And,
okay, what was the bullshit thing about Fun Dip that they changed later on?
No, I don't know.
They used to only put one damn stick in there.
Oh, yeah, one
stick for 3 different pouches. You had like grape, strawberry, and lemon lime, or whatever it was.
Right, you'd have and they'd be like sealed for those 3 pouches, and then at the end you had one stick. Yeah,
and that one stick you start putting in your mouth, and you start chewing on it. Well, yeah. Next thing you know, you got some damn nub. By the time you get to the end of it, it's almost like a packet of your next one, your big Pixie stick.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I was like, when I was a kid, I'd get that little like sugar stick. Yeah. And I'd be like, it was like the first sweet tart.
What's the first thing you did when you dumped it in your throat?
Like cough and sugar flying out of your mouth and shit like that. Right.
Anybody that had a Pixie stick.
Yeah, Pixie Sticks was the next thing I was going to get into, man. The Pixie Sticks are like crazy. Remember how they had like the Pixie Sticks were like, they had like the little teeny small ones came in a big bundle package. I remember the super giant that 1 yard.
That was later though. Yeah, they supersized them damn things later, but that was a big plastic thing. Yeah, and you had a huge amount of that powder coming out.
Powder, man. It was like, and you pour it in your mouth and cough and powdered sugar go everywhere, and it was so crazy, man. But then there's like a lot of these. I can't remember the last time I had any of these, like a Fun Dip or a Pixie Sticks. And you don't see these candies around. They're not around. The only thing that's around now is the monster candy organizations. The Hershey, the Mars. Those candies are all over the impulse shelving at the grocery market, right? But these old ones, like Now or Laters.
I was going to say those were the very first ones that you bit into that you freaking locked your teeth together.
Yeah, and it was like, they would stick together,
and that's what I'm saying. Your teeth, you locked them together. You couldn't get them apart. You're a certain one if your fillings were going to come out.
Yeah, Now or Later, you're gonna get this chewed up.
Yeah, but you sit there and you
most
pull
of the time
apart.
Later.
You check fillings after you.
There was many fillings that came out on An Hour Later. Yeah, it was a dentist dream. Like, oh yeah, this just brought me work and kept me in business as far as it should have been like dental insurance plan, insurance.
And God forbid that you get those things that they're a little bit old, because them damn things were like rocks.
Oh, dude, they turn into like they would like crystallize and like break apart, like crumble. Yeah. Actually, that's the best time to eat them because it wouldn't stick in your mouth, right?
Yeah, they'd be little pieces.
But yeah, I mean, like now or laters were like everywhere. Everybody had now or laters, and they'd come in those little teeny like little packets. Like it was like I don't know how many, like 10 in a little packet or something like that. And and then they were wrapped individually 15 times. Yeah. Like, it took you a while to get to the candy. To get that thing, it was crazy.
Because you got some now and you got some later.
Yeah, exactly. But then what about like the things that they did that were like fun things, like whistle pops?
I seen those. I never got into those.
You never got into whistle pops?
No.
Dude.
I seen them, but I never got into
whistle pops, and then like the pop rings.
Yeah,
I remember the pop rings, like those things, and then.
But that's a little bit later too. Remember the earlier ones? Remember the cherry chews that used to be getting the big vats? I mean, they had like a big barrel. Yeah. Because a lot of that penny candy, when we used to go to these dime stores, because our dime store was Ben Franklin, right? So we used to go to this dime store.
First of all, you just mentioned something that probably maybe like half the audience doesn't even know what the hell you're talking about. A dime store? Like there was a dime store?
Yeah, dime store.
All they know right now is dollar store.
Penny candy.
Right.
Penny candy. So you go in there and what it is it was like it was this Ben Franklin's was this little place that had a bunch of candy and stuff in it, but it was always in these barrels. And it was so funny that nowadays this has never happened. I don't know if we talked about this before, but it would never happen today. They would have these barrels of candy unwrapped, right? They're just sitting there, and they had these cherry chews, and you'd walk in there, and back then you thought, man, you had a shitload of money. You had 50 cents on you, 75 cents. You were the king, right? You'd get this little bag, and you go load this candy, and now you get using your bare hands. Yep. You're reaching in there. Got that bare candy, throwing it inside there, get them bear balls. And,
root barrel balls.
Yeah, you'd have those things. You have the cherry chews. You have all kinds of different kinds of candy, and you're throwing it inside this bag. Then you walk it up to the counter, and there's this old dude sitting up there, and he's like, "What you got?" And he takes your bag, and he dumps it on the dirty counter. Yeah. And he starts counting it out with his dirty fingers. And then he scoops it all back up with his dirty hands.
And puts it back in the bag.
Puts it back in that bag. And all you could do is that you're looking at it like there's a miracle happen right now.
Right.
And I can't wait.
I can't wait to get into that bag.
I am so going to eat all those things. And you're not even thinking about that dirty man's nasty fingers.
No, not at all. But then so like today's world, we got the bulk candy places that are like just like that, but we don't have the dirty hands. We got scoops in the bins. Everything's wrapped. Everything's like a sanitizer, for the most part. I mean, it's a different experience.
You would never see it.
And it's not a penny, because those son of bitches in these new places,
outrageous. There's a couple of candy. There's a couple of them on here. We're going to talk about them, but and one of them that I don't know if we're going to jump ahead on this one, but one of them, the candy buttons, right, on the paper.
The buttons are coming up.
Okay.
Like how much? That's like the worst candy I ever ate.
No way.
Yes.
That was by the foot. We used to buy it.
I know you'd buy that, like you peel off like like toilet paper, like with candy dots on it.
They would take it and they'd pull it apart, and they have a foot marked on that dirty dirty counter.
And you could tear out that thing, and then you would take the little dots of sugar that were on there, and you'd peel them off, and it was impossible to peel them without taking paper.
It didn't hurt you.
And we ate that shit. We ate so much paper back then. I mean, it was crazy, right?
Wood product.
All digestible.
And the funny thing about it is they used to be on these big ass rolls, right? And they had these markers, and you pull them out 1 foot, 2 foot, 3 foot, and they'd roll them back up and throw them in that same ass dirty bag. But you would sit there and you take it up there and they'd measure it out at the countertop, do the same thing. Nowadays, it's like they got them prepackaged. They're individually wrapped. They're like 1 foot. They're actually still about a foot long. And they're actually the same way that they sold them, but they're in packages.
Yeah.
And they're there too. But they got all these watermelon flavors, all these other kinds too.
Yeah,
you
it's not like a roll on the wall that we used to like.
Yeah, I still eat the paper. It's like eating glue.
I don't know if I can do that anymore.
Sure, you could.
Yeah. Anyways, I went into this bulk candy store too the other day, and I was looking at this whole area, and they had a bulk area of Pez.
Really?
I'm like giant bins, like one bin, like, thousands of one flavor of the Pez. And I used to love Pez when I was a kid. I mean, those little Pez things, like popping those things out and popping the head open and the thing like pops out.
Those things are worth a shitload of money too.
They're very collectible.
The vintage ones.
Yeah, they're very collectible now. I mean, all that type of stuff. And they're still like, you rarely see them, but Sweets and Geeks has Pez dispensers for you.
Now, so if you had that Pez, I cannot imagine those little bitty pieces of candy, okay?
Yeah.
And those Pez dispensers, you constantly open that damn thing, man.
Yeah.
Those freaking things just keep it. No,
remember how we ate it? Like, it was like we would like load it up in that little spring loaded thing, and then we'd like push them all in, and then we'd flip back the head and like literally like be vampires and be biting the Pez out of their neck.
Even back then, it was too damn slow for me. I just unwrapped the shit and I ate the whole handful.
Yeah, you get the little packages that were the refill packages.
Exactly. I just eat the whole thing. I ain't no way in the hell I'm waiting for that little bitty piece of candy that's
so thinking back on this too, like Pez were like gun lovers type of candy. Like it was teaching us how to reload our freaking cartridges. Like here it is.
Son, this is what you do exactly. You just take this Pez and you pop it out just like you would a bullet, son. Right. That's what it is. It's just like a bullet.
Yeah, man. It was crazy. Pez's are crazy. And
but here's the one that killed me though. Right? It's when it just shows you the times. The kids, every kid would walk around with candy cigarettes.
Oh, candy cigarettes.
Lucky Strikes, man. You'd have the Lucky Strike ones, and you'd see all these kids walking out of the dime store, right? They got candy cigarettes hanging out their mouth.
Yeah, because the mentality of the population back there, like smoking was cool.
Yeah.
Like it was a cool thing to do. Yeah. Like there was no consideration about the health impacts or anything. That it was just like, it's cool. I'm smoking. So
that's my boy over there. He got his Lucky Strikes hanging out of his mouth at 4.
So we had those candy cigarettes that were like the Fun Dip thing, but little teeny straws.
Yeah.
But they also had, remember the candy cigarettes that were like gums?
Yeah.
So they had the wrapper on it, and it was just like a little like a string of gum.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
the gum wasn't good,
dude. None of the
gum was not good.
I got a bag of I went to the store the other day and I saw a whole. They had a brand new case that was at the store of Double Bubble.
Really?
Yeah. And so I was like, man, that's fresh Double Bubble. I'm going to get some. We got some upstairs right now. And like, it's like 2-minute gum.
You still see, but even though it's 2-minute gum, you see that in almost every freaking baseball diamond, Major League Baseball, Double Bubble.
Yeah, Double Bubble. You had the whole bags and stuff, the bulk bags of them.
Still see it in there.
Yeah. That's one thing that I love. That's like bubble gum, the old bubble gum and stuff. Like remember when Bubble Yum first came out?
Yeah.
Like everybody was losing their mind how soft it was. Like,
right.
They were like, whoa.
Like Big League Chew.
Yeah. Well, Big League Chew was that was after that point. But I mean, how soft the bubble yum was like everybody was like the mind blown because all we knew was Double Bubble.
How about rock candy on a rope?
Yeah, or a stick, right?
Yeah, but you remember the one on the rope? You'd have on a rope. You just chew into it, and it's just nothing but straight sugar.
Yeah,
kid, you wonder why in the hell your kids are bouncing off the walls.
And that's what it seemed like the necklaces,
right?
Were the same thing.
Oh, the candy necklaces.
Remember the candy necklaces?
You chew on those things, and then it gets stained on your shirt, and your neck would be all sticky. You wonder why flies are going around.
Trying to get one off of it, and you're like trying to manipulate it with
one left in the back. Man, those were good.
Those are crazy.
Game
days.
changer was Pop Rocks.
Pop Rocks, man. Those are the coolest things when I first came out. I mean, everybody was into Pop Rocks. And it was like you put those things in and they'd be like crackling and popping, like jumping out of your mouth and stuff. Like we'd lean our head back to like it was crazy. And then we got the whole Pop Rocks with Diet Coke, you know.
Okay, I got to tell you, this was the bullshit candy though.
What's that?
When they came out with the Charleston.
The Charleston.
The Charleston.
You didn't like the Charleston?
No, that's nasty. Seriously.
Big old piece of like nougat candy taffy covered in chocolate.
That wasn't taffy. That was like
it was nougat.
Charleston wasn't nougat.
Yeah, it was like a long like white piece of like taffy nougat combination with covered in chocolate.
I don't know. It was nasty.
Dude, I used to like a Charleston.
Yeah, it figures.
There's no candy that I would encounter that I did not like. I mean, my mom, when we were little kids, she'd go off and she loves to gamble. She's always loved a big gambler. And so they'd always, we were in California, so they'd take off and go to Tahoe, right? So never been to Tahoe as a kid. They never took us there or anything like that. And, but every time she came back, she would come back with these giant jawbreakers. You know,
remember those, yeah.
Like they look like about the size of a baseball.
Yeah.
Giant jawbreaker. Those things were like tongue killers.
A dentist friend.
Dude, it was a tongue killer. We would lick that thing and lick a thing, and then it turned into like these like spiny little things on the jawbreaker. And then you'd keep licking it, and then it would cut your tongue. And we'd still be licking it like as kids. I mean, it's like the things you did. I was like, what are you like? It was bad.
You didn't think about it. You just bit into it.
Eventually, we like get a hammer and like put it in a plastic bag and smash it just to try to like eat it by pieces because we were tired of getting our tongues cut. But we were still going to eat that son of a bitch.
Do you remember the sweet tart pops? Those two, they used to have them on a stick.
Sweet tart.
Yeah, it's like a popsicle, but it's like a sweet tart thing.
Oh yeah.
You remember those things? Those were actually I like those too. Those are actually pretty good.
Well, they had those in lipstick too, remember?
Oh yeah.
They were like the lipstick containers and
then the Halloween you get all the the Halloween we had the
wax candy.
Lips. Yeah, all that kind of stuff. I mean, it was loaded. All those stores were loaded with that stuff.
Dude, I had to get some wax, like those lips, and we'd be like playing with them because they had like they had the teeth and they had the lips and all that stuff. And then you'd like chew on it and be like, oh, this is good. And it was like just nasty.
Okay, the one that I did not like though, I can honestly say I did not like black licorice.
Oh, see, I like black licorice, but I'm very snobby. I'm very snobby when it comes to licorice anyways, because Here's the thing. Now we're getting out of the whole genre of this old licorice stuff, and I'm an old candy. But I'm a traditional red licorice fan. Like I cannot eat a Twizzler to save my life. I don't care what type of Twizzler it is and what flavor it is. To me, it's like very waxy. Like that's not licorice.
Now you're talking about the old rope licorice?
Yeah, like American, like red vines. Like
red vines.
Red vines is my jam, and it doesn't matter if it's black or red or whatever. Red is my preferred, but I mean that to me is licorice. But when you get into like that Twizzler stuff, to me it's just like waxy.
Well, the roller rinks used to have. Remember that licorice that broke off, and then it was like you pulled it apart, and it was like a flat thing. It was they had like 5 little sections, and you break off a section of the licorice and you pull it apart. You remember that one?
No.
They always sold it at our roller rink. It was actually pretty good.
Oh,
I think it was the same thing as like the old red vine.
Yeah.
But it was good.
Thing, like on down that road too is like, remember the taffy?
Oh yeah,
the big, huge, long.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Taffies that were flat like a paper.
Yep.
And then you break them apart, and there's like this paper thin piece of taffy.
Yep.
Yeah, it was wild. Like all that old candy and stuff. I mean, we have a place here in Ohio that the Sweets and Geeks that just like will take you to far places, and it doesn't matter what country you're from too, because like Sweet and Geeks has candy from around the world too.
You know, you just made talking about this. I want to go look in one of your damn drawers. I know you got some kind of shit around here somewhere.
We got some I got candy laying around here somewhere.
I guarantee you he's got some shit around here somewhere.
All I'm doing is reaching across my desk, and here's a bag of Jolly Ranchers.
Oh my God, Jolly Ranchers! I love.
I love
things
Jolly
too.
Ranchers. Yeah, we can't be. I don't even want you. We don't want to hear you sucking on a Jolly
Shut
Rancher
up.
on them.
Those things will lock in your teeth too.
Dude, I love a Jolly Rancher.
I think you actually got me started on those years ago.
Jolly Ranchers are like one of my favorite. I'm a hard candy person. Like out of all the candy, like I'll take a piece of hard candy over a piece of chocolate any day.
I'm positive you got me started on those, and then you cost me a filling.
Well, good for you.
You owe me it.
You needed to renew it anyways.
Shut up.
They only last so long. Man, dude, you just got to spend some of that money. You know.
Spend it on dentist. Right. After taking them damn things from you, I did.
Yeah. And speaking about getting old and dentists and all that stuff, man, I was thinking the other day, all this experience of my in-laws and my father-in-law passed away lately and all this stuff. And it got me thinking, like, I was flying with this gal and she's in the same position as me. We're dinks, dual income, no kids,
right.
Like we have. Right now, life is great.
Right.
But at the end of life right now, like getting closer to the end of life, it is a scary thought of like, what type of care and how are we going to deal with this and manage this, all these different things and later in life. And I know it's more serious conversation than candy, but I was just like, wow, this is it just gets you thinking and it scares the shit out of you. You have kids.
Yeah.
So you have kind of like a built-in insurance plan.
That doesn't mean they're going to take care of you.
Yeah, probably not you for sure.
Exactly.
Like
seriously, you can't, every situation is different, but I understand where you're going with this, but know this, you're not assured that those kids are going to take care of you either.
Right. Well, you're just hoping that somewhere along the way, there's going to be an empathetic, kind kid, one of the ones that you brought up, that's going to be like, okay, Pops, I'll help you out.
I'll come over there and bring you a sandwich every once in a while.
Right. I know you like peanut butter, buddy. We'll get you some peanut butter.
But something, seriously, I know exactly what you're talking about, because when my mom had to go into assisted living, and my mom passed away from basically a UTI, right? And because what happens is they go there and they don't watch people, they don't take care of them.
Yeah, you don't get taken care of, man.
No, they don't. It's really scary. I mean, in all seriousness, it's very scary because these people do not take care of the elderly people at all. And my brother and my sister, they did incredible jobs with my mom for years, because my mom lived right down the street from my brother, and then Dave was always there, and then Yvette, unbelievable. I mean, they're like angels to help my mom all the way through that time.
See, here's my point. Like, she was so blessed to have those kids that stepped up, and that's pretty much the majority. But like us, for Carol and I, we're going to be like, I'm hoping that like I'm going to have some nieces and nephews that step up and say, hey, they can watch out for us and stuff like that. But there's no guarantee to all that stuff, and it's scary. And here's one of my, like, I know this is going to sound crazy, but I do not want to get old and stink.
I was going to tell you,
dude, I do not want to be the guy running around like stinking so bad. Like, old people stink.
I was just going to tell you, don't you worry, Shawn, because I'm going to come get you. I'm going to wheel your ass outside, make sure you go see the sun. And then my mind will be gone and I'll forget, and I left you out there and it'll be raining.
Exactly. You're only a few years behind me, son bitch. Come on. Are you kidding me? Like, he's like, I'm going to wheel you out. Like he's he's in his 30s or something like that. This guy's like just a couple years behind me. He's going to be right there with me.
Just remember, I'll be the one wheeling you out.
Dude, here's what the whole thing, like, if I'm blessed, that I got a guy that I play golf with, like literally yesterday we played golf. We were playing, it was wet here. We had rain and stuff and all that stuff. But there's a cat here in my neighborhood, and my neighborhood's like almost like all retirement already, right? It's mainly retirement people. But there's a dude that's 92 years old, and he plays golf with me every day. He's in my group. Like, he's out there, he's doing his thing. Boom. I mean, guy was an athlete his whole entire life. He's still relatively healthy. He's had his, normal body's getting old. He's got some skin cancer issues and stuff that he's been getting, doing the Mohs and all that stuff. That's a crazy procedure. But, like he's still going out there golfing and all that stuff. And that's when I'm like, man, health and the way you are, like you live your life and try to keep yourself healthy and stuff is so important for that later in life stage,
Well, you know the way I am, but that's exactly what I was saying is that the most important thing that we have is our health. That's it. You know that. I mean, anyone knows that, but yet a lot of people take it for granted.
Yeah.
And from what they eat, what they do, and they drink, they smoke, they do a bunch of different things that are bad for them, and they continue to do them even when you know that they're bad. That you just continue. I can understand some things, but then you gotta everything in moderation, right? You can't not do things like even candy or whatever it is. You gotta everything's got to be in moderation.
Yeah, everything's in moderation, and to end this conversation with this elderly stuff is that like. You got to plan for it too.
Right.
Like it takes planning and all that stuff. And so that's what my wife and I are going to have to do. Like to kind of like set us up. Well, not only do you have to worry about like, okay, you work all your life and you save and you make enough money to survive when you retire to your end of your life. But at the same time, we also have to equate into this like huge factor of like self-care of us. What are we going to do at the end of our life because we don't have insurance plans, a family that we can absolutely be saying, oh, we're going to take care of you type of thing. We may be blessed that way because we have lots of nieces and nephews that we love and all that stuff and cherish. But I mean, those are people that are like down the road. Like you don't want to put that burden on them.
Right.
But please, God, somebody wash me and don't let me stink.
No, that's what I was going to tell you. Don't worry about it. If me and you end up in the same place, then what we'll do is I just pictured me and you wheeling down with you next to you and then grabbing the hose and spraying you down. What are you doing to Shawn?
Yeah.
Shawn, he stinks.
Yeah. And it would be like it's not a hose, it's a fire hose
Exactly.
that he'd be using. And yeah. He'd be pushing me down this thing with the fire
I made
hose.
one mistake. I thought it was the garden hose. It was a little big, but big deal. He just went down the staircase.
Shit. Speaking about health and all that stuff, man, they just finally decided, to firmly get rid of and ban food coloring in the United States.
About freaking time.
Like, I mean, how long? This is one of those cycles. Like in our lifetime, like smoking and all these bad things that were happening in the world. Like it was cool and faddish and all this stuff. And the United States was, hey, well, let's enhance the color of it and make it look more appetizing because it's bright red or whatever. It's finally reality and good senses are going into play where the food companies and stuff aren't still killing us with all these chemicals and stuff that are in our food. And they finally are banning this stuff. I mean, they've known about this since 1980. They've officially came out with like research saying this is bad. And now it's taken till 2027 where it's going to be officially like they're going to have to remove this stuff.
Well, if you really want to see this directly, go to any Walmart, right? Go to any Walmart and you watch how obese people are and just loading up their damn carts with all this shit that has this products in there, right? I mean, I'm talking about tons of this, right? And you wonder how that person got that big. Now, and I'm not talking about how big they are, I care less. I mean, you do you, but you're talking about health. When you just sit there and said about that, you can't, all that fat that's around your heart, all that fat around your organs, you can't breathe. Your lungs, you can't breathe. You can't function. Okay. And you have all these things that are killing you internally. And then finally, it's taken how many years for them to finally put a stop to this? And,
here's the thing. And I get I get your aspect of like where you're going with all the personal decisions of doing
this is a product. This was in the product. It's not not the personal decision. This is what's in the food. It's loaded inside. That's what I'm talking about. If you had imagine how much of this dye is inside that cart. Right. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, when you look at this is not about personal decision. This is about how much of these products are inside that cart for that one family.
Well, here's my point to the thing. What I was trying to get at is this: is that this is the economic thing. Like our government right now is driving a food system that is so bad on the lower end of the food chain that we are loading all these people and creating health issues, and it's a whole entire like ball of shit. So like you got to, it's not always by like choices of the people, like they can't even help themselves because our system that's in place, that the food that they can't afford and are enticed and lured to are these cheaper foods that have all this crap in it. And so that's that was my point to this thing, is that like, yes, we can all think about like, okay, we know this is bad and we don't want to do this and all this stuff. But sometimes there's a lot of people in this world that can't even afford it, right? Like they can't afford it. They can only afford, to feed their family at a certain level. So like we as the upper level of society, it should be concerned about everybody, not just themselves. Like we have the ability. It's
right, but that's what I'm saying. Even with this dye, that's exactly what I was talking about. Though, even with this dye, this red color, all these things that cause cancer.
Yeah.
Okay. It's in all those cheap ass products. You can just take it out and still have cheap ass products.
Yeah. And here's another thing. Like
you're just making them look better. That's all you did.
Well, here's a crazy thing, because we can only see what was our paradigm. We only know what we know because this is where we are. But when you step outside of the United States and we get the privilege of seeing these different things, I was talking to some friends about this. Dorito, here in the United States is loaded with all these different dyes and extra products and all this stuff. But if we go over to Mexico, which we always U.S. people always consider Mexico like a inferior place, right? That's kind of like our attitude. Like we're Americans, we're so much better than you, inferior place. But guess what? In Mexico, a Dorito is all organic. They have no processes in there. They're nothing. They can still make the damn Dorito over there, organic. But here in the United States, they're making it bad as shit for us.
Have you ever seen the video where they set the Dorito on fire?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and it burns. It burns. It burns like crazy. So it's like, my point is that there's we got a screwed up food system, and it's about damn time that they finally are getting themselves to the point and it's really cool if you really pay attention to this thing. Like if you've seen this whole evolution of this change happening, 10 years ago, how much organic stuff do you see in your supermarket? There was none.
Yeah.
Yeah. And today we have organic sections, so it's about supply and demand, the pressures of people, our attitudes, are, saying no to this stuff that finally gets things changed. And I'm glad the change is happening, but I just wanted to bring that thing up. Next topic, man. I'm going to tell you right now, this is something that just happened to me, and I just want to hear your feelings about this whole thing. And it's loaning money to families and friends. How do you feel about that?
Well, first of all, you don't need no damn money. So I don't have to worry about. I didn't say me. I just sit there. I'm just telling you. Well, I ain't got a lot of friends. So, I'm a loner, guys.
I think everybody out there that knows you just laugh their ass off.
Listen. You know who my close people are,
right?
You're probably
you don't have a lot of close friends. No, you have a lot of acquaintances.
No, yeah. So as far as that goes, I'd be good with that. Even though you don't need it, I'll borrow from you. But as far as family, I would give my family money. I wouldn't even hesitate. But I know my family because as soon as they got it back, they would give it back. But would I loan anybody else money? Hell no. No, if you call me up, they sit there and somebody said that they got a call and they said, "Oh, your cousin is in jail. They need money." Well, my cousin's going to stay his ass in jail. He ain't getting out. Go ahead. But I'm just saying, no, I ain't going to give him money. No.
So I mean, what sparks this whole thing is that I have a family member that asked me for money. Okay, and here's the thing about it. It's my family is just like anybody else's family. And I'm going to tell you right now, just like you're like, if you had a close family member that called you and said, hey, can you give me $1,000, whatever it is. Okay. You're going to give it to them, right? You're going to give it to them because they're family. Like
my brother or sister in a heartbeat. Because I know it's coming back. Yeah.
So this is my brother, one of my brothers. Okay. So he asked me for money. All right. So now 2 years later.
Oh, see, now that's bullshit.
Okay. 2 years later.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
There's no effort whatsoever that like return the money that I give him or anything like that. But, I mean, I talked to my wife about this, I don't, something in the back of your head, you're like, you still remember I gave them money and they didn't even attempt to do it. And that goes to the moral character of that person and, their ethics of, how to handle the situation. But at the same time, it's like, you just write it off, right? It's like, it's gone. It's family, right?
Well, I think that you do write it off, but that bother me because the way that I see my brothers and my sister, I mean, it would bother me. And honestly, fortunately, I know with that, if it was my situation, I know we're talking about yours, but if it was my situation, they would have thrown in an extra 100 because, hey, listen, I appreciate what you did. Thanks. You helped me out. And that's exactly what you should be. Your situation was a little different.
Right. So my thing goes is that, so like here I offer I give this money and everything. And this is 2 years, whatever. But then that same person comes back and they ask you for it, not the same sum they just asked you for, like 5 times the sum they just asked before, and ask you for more money.
Shawn, you just made me think of Uncle Eddie.
Uncle Eddie.
Yeah.
Who's
Clark
that?
Griswold.
Oh yeah.
I'd be like, are you shitting me? There's no way in hell. There's no way. There's no way. I mean, in all seriousness, there's no freaking way in hell. I'd be like, nope, you ain't getting shit. You haven't paid me back the money that you borrowed from me before. There's no way in hell.
So here's what happened. So my wife and I, I'm like, he asked me for this money, and they have this situation happening, and they put themselves into a bad situation and everything. And so they needed this money, and I'm talking to my wife, and my wife is the most generous person in the world. And when it comes to family, her attitude about money and family is that family has supported her in the past and helped get her to the place that she is now today. And now she has the means and ability to do this. And she's like, I'm just going to give it to him.
There would have been a big difference. I'm going to let you finish, but there would have been a big difference if you paid back your original amount of money. But go ahead.
And that's my point.
Exactly.
So my point is so we come from two different type of worlds. Like my wife is very well off and they had money their whole life and all that stuff. And she just feels like this is something that I owe back type of thing. That's her feeling. Okay. And I'm not going to discount her feeling, all that stuff. But what my feeling was like, exactly, I'm reacting like you're reacting. Like, I'm like, your past behavior dictates what happened is going to get ready to happen again. So I'm going to give you this money. And if I give you this money, I know that you're not even going to attempt to give it back to me.
Right.
So, so now I'm like, there's me and my wife are like having this big discussion about this whole thing about like how we're going to handle this stuff. So I was like, it became a big dilemma. Like I had to think about this for a few days because it weighs on you. You love your family. You want to help them. At the same time, you want to make assurances that, and to me, honestly, I'm blessed to be in a position where I have money, right?
Yep.
Both of us, right? Yep. We're blessed. We've worked hard. We got money and all that stuff. And I give away a lot of free money to a lot of people in the world. I do all kinds of different, philanthropy and all that stuff. But, when you feel like you're being taken advantage of, that's the point that really irks you. That's the thing that's in your back of your head that is like, this is family and they're treating me, disrespecting me. Right.
Right.
And that's my whole, my point about it. But how the end story to this is that I decided to like think about this, and I went down a road that I said, you know what? I'm going to treat this as a life lesson, because the one thing in my family that did not happen was, and I don't know how your family was, but we did not grow up with a lot of financial education. And I think a lot of that happens in the United States today. Like there's not a lot of financial education happening out there with the lower class of Americans that are out here that are the, lower income. Okay. It's not class, lower income of Americans. And they don't have the knowledge and ability to how to manage money. And that's what my brother's, in that situation right now. And fortunately, he's kind of like in midlife right now and still hadn't learned this lesson. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to turn this into a life lesson. So now I treated this whole thing like this is a bank loan. And so I drew up papers and drew up a whole contract and made it into a bank loan. And the first loan was just like, hey, you're my brother. Here's some money. This next one, I was like, oh, no. We need to put some like guidelines and procedures in place, just like, and treat this like a normal bank transaction. And that's exactly what I did. And I wrote this whole thing up and I said, here's the contract. And at the end of the contract, I've even put in there, like if this is not fulfilled, legal action may be taken, so that they can weigh the seriousness of this and weigh the responsibilities of how you pay back a loan. And I'm teaching my brother how to like build credit.
Did he take it?
He took it. I gave it to him.
Okay. But the thing is that here's the question, right? If he reneges on it, you taking him to court?
I don't know. We will cross that bridge.
You see what I'm saying, though?
I understand.
There's the thing.
But here's the thing. I have that option, right?
I know.
I mean, you always have the option, but nobody wants to get in conflict with your family like that. But here's the thing. I'm like, I chose to make this a lesson.
Right.
This is how you manage money. Let me help you understand how you build credit, how you manage your bills, how instead of you going down to the candy store and buying candy with the money instead of paying your bills.
Right.
These are the things that we already know this stuff. Like, and most people do. And I tried to equate this. I gave him an analogy of like, I said, listen, when I was coming up and everything, and I was trying to like build credit and build all the bill, every time I tried to spend money on something, when I start seriously understanding money, was like, hey, can I afford to go and buy that ice cream cone?
And you couldn't, but that's beside the point. I get it. I mean, I get that. But how much you got in your wallet?
How much do I have in my wallet?
Yeah, because I want it.
Oh, you think I'm a sucker?
Sucker,
right?
Yeah.
No, I'm not a sucker.
No, it's not a sucker. Right, you know something? I'm making light of it. I know exactly what you're doing. I know how you are, and I get that. It wouldn't have been me, but like I said, there's no way. But I'm fortunate enough that that my family, that wouldn't have been the case with them. But I do understand what you're saying.
But I mean, if I didn't think that was going to be the case too, but say one of your brothers did this, and they borrow money, they give it back to you, you're not going to be with your brother, be like, when you give me this money, you're going to be hounding him about the money or whatever, because you got money.
I get it, but I'm still not going to take him to court either. So I mean, I understand what you're talking about, but I'm still going to take him to court, and I still want the money out of your wallet. So let's go around the globe, man.
Let's go around the globe. So, this talking about taking somebody advantage of. Did you hear about the guy that was that got 120 free flights?
How in the hell did that happen? I mean,
as a flight attendant?
Seriously, how did that happen? I mean, this guy, this was crazy.
It was the modern day Catch Me If You Can. This dude is like, there wasn't a security issue because he was actually going through TSA, going through all the paces, doing his ID, going through the screenings, all the stuff. But he was actually scamming the process through these airlines.
I can understand how that happened. I mean, because, okay, let's take a look at this, okay? Even with TSA, you're looking at your badge or whatever, you go through. And if you were able to duplicate a badge, okay, and if you could get on to the other airlines, whatever it is.
But here's the thing, he didn't have to do that. This is not that thing. He did not do duplicating a badge or falsifying any of that type of stuff. The only thing he did was he was using our non-rev system and manipulating that with the airline. And so A non-rev, think non-employee.
Right.
You know, you don't have to. All you have to have is a driver's license.
But how did he get? Okay, but he still had to have someone's, right, like an employee.
He was using false numbers and stuff through it, saying that like this is all done through the computers. Like he's just giving false numbers. He had, I don't know, 35 or something like that.
But was
different
with his name.
Yeah, he would like use, like, you don't have to buy through your name. It could be flying on somebody else's, but somehow he had manipulated the system. We don't want to get too detailed.
No, exactly. Yeah.
But it's like he manipulated the system to be able to get on the plane and get free tickets as a non-rev. And all these tickets started coming up, and it's coming through the systems, and the airlines started catching it. And that's how, when he got to so many, it was like, they were like, wait a minute, this is building. Who is this? Who's this? We got some type of pattern going on here.
Right.
But, and then the guy gets snagged, but he's in some serious trouble right now. I mean, he's got like all kinds of charges. I think $250,000 in fines. Like it's crazy.
They'll be able to fly him one more time to whatever prison he's going to. He gonna get one more free ticket to whatever prison his ass is going to.
Hey, but he can be like that dude in Catch Me If You Can, where the U.S. government comes in and hires him.
That's true.
Yeah, right. So like, how did you do this? Teach us how you did this, and we're gonna help prevent. Use this as a prevention.
I think he's going to prison.
So, but yeah, he's probably going to prison. But yeah. Anyways, and yeah, man. And then the other thing that's happening is like all these airlines now are canceling flights to the Middle East because of all the shit going on right now.
Well, there's good reason, right?
Yeah.
Possible war.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to pay attention to what's happening in the world right now. Like, if you are anywhere in the world listening to this right now, pay attention to everything happening outside of your little bubble of whatever country you're in.
And check on your flights.
Yeah, check on your flights. It doesn't matter what. Like, this isn't just U.S. air carriers. Like, everybody is canceling flights to the Middle East. Do not. It's nobody wants to be shot down as a defenseless, civilian carrier. So,
we don't do that at Jackson Hole.
You don't think?
Nobody's shooting me down at Jackson Hole.
All right,
man. Maybe you, because you're international base, you changed base, but something not me. I might be doing this show solo, but that's right. All right, everybody, man. It was a great time. Go ahead, Shawn. Lead us out with the quote.
All right, man. You got ahead of yourself there. Our quote today is this: "It's always seems impossible until it's done." That's Nelson Mandela said that. And cool. And you need to believe that. Like, anything in the world is possible, and you can do anything you want to do. And just like, sky's the limit, man. So don't limit yourself.
Nope.
All right, now it's time to go.
You finally gave permission. All right, guys. You guys have a great week. Had a lot of fun, and we will see you next week at Cabin Pressure.
Lots of fun. We'll see you next week.
See you guys.
If you laughed, learned something, or just feel a little bit better about your own job after hearing about ours, do us a favor. Subscribe, leave a review, and share this episode with your weirdest coworker. You know the one. Hit us up on Facebook. Drop your wildest airport stories. We just might read them on air. Bonus points if you involve questionable clothing decisions. Until next time, stay strapped in, stay hydrated, and for the love of TSA, keep your clothes on in the terminal.